Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Monday, November 8th, 2021 City Council meeting. Tonight is a very short meeting, but it's a very exciting meeting. What I'd like to start off with tonight is some of you, for the month of November, might notice that our public safety officers look a little bit different during the month of November. They're looking a little bit woolly, and so what I thought I would do is ask our Public Safety Director, Beardeman, if he would explain the new look that we're going to here in Maplewood in November. It's a good look, Chief.
I'm glad you like it. I've been working on it for at least a week and a half, so pretty proud of it so far. This is part of a tradition we've done in the last 3 years. Sergeant Fritzie has really been the leader pushing this. It's No Shave November, and it's part of a Grow and Give campaign to fight prostate cancer. And so we have cops donate a given amount of money, and then they can grow a beard for the month of November. So it's posted in our social media, the city's website, as well as the PD's public safety website, and citizens are free to donate and be part of the Maplewood Police team.
And if any of you watching tonight would like to donate, please go to the Public Safety Facebook page and you can donate to this worthy cause. And watch all of our officers. It should be a very interesting look by the end of the month. So anyway, with that, welcome. And I have a group of kids that are going to be helping us tonight with our Pledge of Allegiance. Would you all like to please come up to the microphone? And what I'd like to do is ask you to tell us your name, and then we'll have you lead the Pledge of Allegiance. So do you want to go ahead? Introduce yourselves.
My name is Eleanor Doyle.
If you could speak a little bit louder.
My name is Eleanor Doyle.
My name is Mary Frances Justice.
My name is Rowan Pazdo.
My name is Ryan Doyle.
My name is Liam Pazdo.
All right. Can we all rise, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance? Do you want to start us out, please? Go ahead.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all very much. And you can watch this. You can watch yourselves doing the Pledge of Allegiance tomorrow. It'll be on our city webpage. So thank you very much. City Clerk Sint, would you please do the roll call for us?
Councilmember Cave.
Here.
Councilmember Juniman.
Here.
Councilmember Villavicencio.
Here.
Mayor Abrams.
Here.
And Councilmember Knudsen is not with us tonight.
Thank you. Council members, do I have a motion to approve the agenda for tonight?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Cave, seconded by Juniman, the motion to approve the agenda. Is there any further discussion? Councilmember Juniman.
One sort of a public service announcement about leaves. I wonder where I got that.
All right. And I would like to add to the agenda just a quick little synopsis of the trunk or treat event that we had on Halloween. Okay, with that, council members, let's take a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much. On to approval of the minutes for the October 25th meeting. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Oh, go ahead.
So I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from October 25th, 2021 City Council meeting minutes.
Second.
Moved by Villavicencio, seconded by Juniman. The motion to approve the October 25th, 2021 City Council meeting minutes. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, then all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We're up to the administrative presentations. City Manager Coleman, this is your topic.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the City Council. The calendar update is just meant to give you a look at what's coming up on our next meetings. On November 22nd, we'll have the preservation of the Heritage Award, which is given by the Heritage Preservation Commission once a year. And we'll also hear about our strategic plan and how we met our goals for the last quarter. And then on December 13th, we'll have approval of the 2022 budget. And we will be looking for the public to come and hear about our budget and comment or ask questions if they so choose. We are moving forward on the interested issues from the council, you are still owed a report on the garbage recycling carts. And also we're looking at evaluating whether to do Zoom meetings or do live or in-person meetings. And right now we're sort of in an interim stage where we're doing a distance meeting. So we'll keep monitoring the COVID cases and taking a look at what other communities might be doing with that. And then I also added for your information the council schedule for Maplewood Living articles, and you can see that those are outlined. In December, the city manager reports on our year-end accomplishments, and we're working on that right now for the next issue. And then next up in January will be Mayor Abrams, and then after that will be Councilmember Juniman, and you can see how that rotation works through for the rest of the year. And with that, Mayor, that's all I have. I'd be happy to answer any questions or hear about any items of interest or things you'd like us to look into on your behalf.
Okay, council members, anything that you'd like to bring up? Okay,
Thank you.
then moving on to council presentations. Councilmember Juniman, you want to talk about public service, a public service announcement concerning weeds.
Leaves, they're everywhere. As you're trying to clean up your yard frantically before it snows, the S word, please remember that it is not legal to blow them in the street and probably not advisable to blow them into your neighbor's yard either, for that matter. And if you'll notice, they seem to gather in places out in the street. If they're in front of your house, would you bring them back into your yard? If they go into our storm drains, that only adds to the pollution of our groundwater, so we really don't want to do that. And for those that have pickup through our trash haulers, ours is our leaf pickup, or our yard waste pickup in the carts, is through the month of November. Other cities are done now, but we go through the month of November. So you can put it out through the last week in November. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I just wanted to report on a really successful event that our Public Safety Department put on. It was the Trunk or Treat event. We had a lot of public safety vehicles out here. They were decorated up. Officers were wearing uniforms. And I think that it was reported that there were over 500 kids. It was a huge success. I know that there was another run for candy because that's always an important thing for Halloween. A lot of fun and games, and it was a great community event. So thank you. We've got a lot of public safety officers here tonight. So thank you very much. That was a great event. I went to it, and yes, I did have some candy. It was really very good. I know Councilmember Villavicencio was there with her daughter. But thank you all. That was a really nice outreach for the community. So thanks for that. And now we're here for the swearing in. This is really why everyone is here. We know that. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to our Public Safety Director, Brian Beardeman. And we are going to start off with Officers Jeremiah Johnson and Joseph Pasto. Good evening.
Very exciting night tonight. I can't think of a time in recent history we've had this many promotions in this many months, and specifically a night where we've had 4 in one night. And, you know, as the officers were getting ready tonight, I couldn't help but look at them and just realize the different points in the career that they're at. We've got officers who start in their careers, their first night on the street this week. We've got a lieutenant that's in the middle of his career, and then a deputy chief that is nowhere near the end of his career, but really has reached the height of his job. So it's just really interesting to me, and it's not lost on me what tonight means to the Maplewood Police Department. And the other thing I'd like to report, and I'm really proud of, is all these hires are internal. The 2 officers, one's a CSO, one's a reserve officer, and in times when hiring is becoming more difficult and people are looking outside, Maplewood's had the talent and had the resources to promote with inside. So the 2 officers are internal, the lieutenant is internal, and obviously the deputy chief's internal. So we're very proud of that. So with that, I'll welcome Jeremy Johnson up. Mayor and Council, this is Jeremy Johnson, otherwise known as badge number 428. Jeremy was born in Wisconsin. He obtained his associate's degree in computer information systems at Chippewa Valley Technical College in 2005. Jeremy then proceeded to receive his bachelor's degree in management information systems from Winona State in 2009 and began his career in the IT field. This spanned for more than a decade. Jeremy has some very close friends in law enforcement, and he has always been interested in the profession. In 2009, he joined the Maplewood Police Department, like I mentioned, volunteering as a reserve officer. While serving the community as a reserve officer, Jeremy at that point really realized that this is the career for him. He began attending Metro State to obtain his law enforcement certificate in the summer of 2019. Jeremy was able to complete his certificate program and completed the skills portion of the program in the summer of 2020. Jeremy has seen firsthand as a reserve officer how police officers can make a positive impact within the community they serve. Jeremy credits these experiences as a driving force to make the career transition to law enforcement and put his extensive customer service-driven background to good use serving the Maplewood community. Jeremy is excited to begin his career as a Maplewood police officer and wants to start by building positive relationships in the community through professionalism, transparency, and the continued development of trust. On a personal note, Jeremy recently celebrated his 5-year wedding anniversary with his wife, Nicole. They have 2 sons together, Bryce, who is 3.5, and Cade, who is 17 months old. At this time, Officer Johnson will be sworn in as Maplewood's newest police officer, Badge 428.
Raise your right hand. I, Jeremy Johnson, do solemnly swear
I, Jeremy Johnson, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Minnesota,
and of the state of Minnesota,
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of police officer
of the office of police officer
in the city of Maplewood,
in the city of Maplewood,
in the county of Ramsey,
in the county of Ramsey,
and the state of Minnesota,
in the state of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
I will never betray my badge, my integrity,
I will never betray my badge or my integrity,
my character, or the public trust.
my character, or the public trust.
I will always have the courage to hold myself
I will always have the courage to hold myself
and others accountable for our
and
actions.
others accountable for our actions.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mayor and council, throughout his career, Jeremy will put on this badge many, many, many times. It's our tradition in Maplewood here that the very first time it gets pinned on is somebody that's near and dear to him. So who would you like to?
My wife Nicole will come up and put my badge on. Well, not the staff, so that's how this goes. Mayor Abrams, Chief, City Manager Coleman, excuse me, members of the council, I appreciate this opportunity tonight. I can't express how excited and grateful I am to start an agency and such that I've worked in as a volunteer over the last 3 years, and came to realize that this was what I was meant to do. So this is what I consider my home of law enforcement. So I'm happy to return and work under Chief and the rest of the command staff. And as Chief mentioned, like I believe in doing everything that I do professionally with honesty, courtesy, respect, and look forward to building partnerships not only in the community but with those of you who I've been fortunate enough to meet and those of you who have not been fortunate enough to meet yet but look forward to doing so. I'm really excited to get started, and I look forward to a long and successful career, and like I said, excited to get going. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome.
I'll now call up Joseph Pasdo. Mayor and council, this is Joseph Pasdo, better known as or also known as Badge 429. Joe is extremely excited to serve the community of Maplewood as a police officer. Joe worked previously at both Bethesda and St. Joseph hospitals. The experience he had in those jobs and the experience he got solidified his decision to enter law enforcement. Since May of 2021, Joe has had the opportunity to work as a Maplewood community service officer. During this time, Joe has been able to learn from and partner with the community and its citizens. Joe has told me that he has been extremely impressed by the efforts he has seen from the officers as they work alongside the community to proactively address problems. Through Joe's interaction as a community service officer, he has realized that the Maplewood Police Department's philosophies of community and problem solving are clearly in line with his own beliefs of what policing should look like in the 21st century. What Joe values most in life include his faith, being a good role model for his 4 younger siblings, and fostering strong relationships with those close to him and friends. In his free time, he enjoys hiking, fishing, reading books, spending time with friends and family. Joe has told me that he believes that gaining the public's trust is essential, and he looks forward to being a small part of a police department that is committed to exactly that. At this time, Officer Joe Pasdo will be sworn in as Maplewood Police Officer number 429.
I, Joseph Pasdo, do solemnly swear
I, Joseph Pasdo, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Minnesota,
and of the state of Minnesota,
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of police officer
of the office of police officer
in the city of Maplewood,
in the city of Maplewood,
in the county of Ramsey,
in the county of Ramsey,
and the state of Minnesota,
and in the state of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
I will never betray my badge, my integrity,
I will never betray my badge or integrity,
my character, or the public trust.
my character, or the public trust.
I will always have the courage to hold myself
I will always have the courage to hold myself
and others accountable for our actions.
and others accountable for our actions.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. I'd like to say thank you to Mayor Abrams and the City Council, to Chief Beardeman, and to the entire Maplewood Police Department for giving me this great opportunity. As Chief Beardeman mentioned, I've been working here as a community service officer since May of 2021, and I've really had the opportunity to experience this department and its great culture and its community-oriented approach, and I've been really impressed by that. I'm so excited. I've got a lot to learn, but I couldn't be more enthusiastic to learn from the great police officers you have working here. And I thank you for everything, and I look forward to working with you all. So thank you.
I'd like to call up Michael Hemke. Mayor, Council, this is, well, now Lieutenant Mike Hemke, badge 251. Mike Hemke grew up in New Prague, Minnesota. He graduated from the University of Minnesota in 2010 with a bachelor's degree in sociology, law, and criminal deviance. After graduating, he chose to join the Minnesota Army National Guard, where he was commissioned as an infantry officer in 2011. Mike has served on 2 deployments in the last 5 years and has over 11 years of military service. He is currently assigned as an Assistant Operations Officer for the Infantry Battalion and plans to complete a 20-year career in the Minnesota Army National Guard. Mike began his career with the Maplewood Police Department in December of 2013. In 2015, he became a training unit instructor and has taken a very active role in developing and administering use of force training, and also became a certified de-escalation instructor. In 2018, Mike became a field training officer, which is an extremely critical and important role within our agency as you really mentor and train the next generation of officers. Mike also served on the Street Crimes Unit before being promoted to sergeant in 2019. As a frontline supervisor, Mike has stated that being a sergeant was one of the most challenging roles he has had to date. He hasn't been a lieutenant yet. Mike is passionate about leadership and community outreach. He has told me that what he loves about the Maplewood community is the amazing support that they have shown for him and the police department, and specifically for its officers. Mike is impressed by how engaged the community is with its police department and how eager they are to partner on community events. At this time, Lieutenant Hemke will be sworn in as Maplewood Police Lieutenant, Badge 251.
Michael Hemke, do solemnly swear
I, Michael Hemke, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Minnesota,
and of the state of Minnesota,
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of Office of Police Lieutenant
of Office of Police Lieutenant
in the city of Maplewood,
in the city of Maplewood,
in the county of Ramsey,
in the county of Ramsey,
and the state of Minnesota,
and the state of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
I will never betray my badge, my integrity,
I will never betray my badge, my integrity,
my character, or the public trust.
my character, or the public trust.
I will always have the courage to hold myself
I will always have the courage to hold myself
and others accountable for our actions.
and others accountable for our actions.
Congratulations.
All right, good evening, Mayor, City Manager Coleman, council members. I want to thank all of you for your continued support of the Maplewood Police Department. First and foremost, I want to thank my family for being here today. I have both my wife and my mother here. I can't thank them enough for all the support they have provided me over my career. I want to thank Chief Schnell for hiring me, Chief Nadeau, who I believe is here, for promoting me to sergeant, and I want to thank Chief Beardman for placing his confidence in me and giving me this opportunity. I also want to thank the numerous officers within this department who have helped teach, coach, and mentor me throughout my career. Whether it was my FTOs, the officers I've had the opportunity to work with, the sergeants group, or the training staff, you have all challenged me to continue learning and developing my skills, not only as a police officer, but as a leader, and I wouldn't be in this position without your help. It is an honor to have been given the opportunity to serve the community of Maplewood as the patrol lieutenant. I'm committed to continue furthering the positive relationship between the community and the Maplewood Police Department. Utilizing our strategic planning process to hold ourselves accountable, we have taken significant steps to develop a close relationship within our community, and I plan to help build on the progress we have made. I will make it a priority to continue the close working relationship developed with the Multicultural Advisory Committee, which has been developed over the last couple of years by both Deputy Chief Buzak and Chief Beardman during their time as lieutenants. I will continue to make our community outreach program a cornerstone for our patrol officers, as I know the positive interactions they have had through these events are just as beneficial to our officers as it is the community of Maplewood. We have many challenges ahead of us, as it is impossible to immediately replace the experience we have lost with many of our veteran officers retiring. But I see the future of our department with the group of officers we have hired, and I can assure you they have my full confidence, and I am certain they are up to the challenge. We will continue to teach, coach, and mentor our officers to provide the community with the professional service that the Maplewood Police Department is known for. I promise to do everything I can to support our officers and put them in the best position to be successful. Their safety and the safety of our community are my top priority. In closing, I'll leave you with a quote from President Eisenhower that has provided me with guidance throughout my career. The supreme quality for leadership is unquestionably integrity. Without it, no real success is possible. With that being said, I look forward to the challenges ahead. I look forward to this opportunity. Thank you.
Last but not least, Dan Buzak. Mayor Abrams and Council, this is Dan Buzak, now known as badge number 186. Dan started his police career in Maplewood on August 9th, 1999. He was promoted to sergeant in September of 2007 and then lieutenant in April of 2019. During his time at the Maplewood Police Department, he has served in many roles. He has served as a field training officer, a firearms instructor, a training unit coordinator, a field training officer coordinator, and has supervised our investigative division both as a sergeant and as a lieutenant. He has been deeply involved in the police department's strategic planning and works closely with myself to create the Multicultural Advisory Committee, which he now leads. Dan is extremely active in community outreach initiatives, and he volunteers with the Big Brothers Big Sisters program and also oversees our city's school-based program. Over the past 2 years, Dan has been absolutely instrumental in guiding the department through a COVID pandemic, civil unrest, and also helping positive cultural changes within the agency. Dan has worked side by side with the administrative team, supervisors, and frontline staff, promoting community outreach, problem solving, and accountability. I firmly believe that the Maplewood Police Department would not be where it is today without the commitment, leadership, and vision of Dan Buzak. Tonight, I am proud and honored to promote Dan Buzak as the #2 Chief Law Enforcement Officer of the Maplewood Police Department. At this time, Deputy Chief Dan Buzak will be sworn in as badge number 186.
I, Daniel Buzak, do solemnly swear. I, Daniel Buzak, do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And of the state of Minnesota.
And of the state of Minnesota.
And faithfully discharge the duties.
And faithfully discharge the duties.
Of the office of Deputy Chief.
Of the office of Deputy Chief.
In the city of Maplewood.
In the city of Maplewood.
In the county of Ramsey.
In the county of Ramsey.
And the state of Minnesota.
And the state of Minnesota.
To the best of my judgment and ability.
To the best of my judgment and ability.
I will never betray my badge, my integrity.
I will never betray my badge, my integrity.
My character or the public trust.
My character or the public trust.
I will always have the courage to hold myself.
I will always have the courage to hold myself.
And others accountable for our actions.
And others accountable for our actions.
Congratulations.
Madam Mayor and Council, 2.5 years ago, I stood before this council as a newly promoted lieutenant and talked about my excitement for the police department's positive trajectory and the great things we will accomplish together. I spoke of making this a greater city for our residents through collaboration, problem solving, and increased community outreach. Equally important was my commitment to making this a police department our current officers are proud of, enjoy working for, are supported by, and one which empowers them to use their unique talents and skills. While I am most definitely biased in my opinion, I believe that this police department has done those things and continues on an upward path. These accomplishments are no small feat, as we have persevered through a pandemic and adversity I had not seen in my 22-plus year career. The Maplewood Police Department accomplished these goals because of our outstanding and committed police officers and civilian staff, the support of this council and city, and the support of the community we serve. I am honored and privileged to have the opportunity to lead and support the great men and women of the Maplewood Police Department as their deputy chief and support Chief Beardman's leadership. I am additionally excited to work with newly promoted Lieutenant Mike Hemke and recently promoted Lieutenants Joe Steiner and Mike Dugas, who are both here with us. While we are all new in our current positions, we bring significant knowledge and experience to the Maplewood Police Department's leadership team and a solid commitment to making this the best police department for our community and officers. I wish to thank Chief Beardman for his trust in promoting me into this new role, former Maplewood Police Chief Scott Nadeau for his mentorship in preparing me for this, and all of my former and current co-workers for influencing me in becoming the leader I am. Lastly, I need to thank my wife, Anne Marie, and daughters, Ella and Olivia. My commitment to this profession has sometimes forced them to share me with the Maplewood Police Department more than is probably fair. Still, they have always supported me, accommodated my demanding schedule, and been understanding. Again, I am thankful for this opportunity and will work diligently to serve the citizens of Maplewood, this city, and my fellow officers. Thank you.
For now, that's it. So if you want to do
Want to
pictures.
do pictures?
Yep.
I know. What? That's true. All right, council members, then let's move on to the rest of our agenda.
Mayor? Excuse me,
Or-
I apologize for an oversight on council presentations, but it kind of fits here, so if you will
Okay.
indulge me for a moment. I think we should congratulate a member of our MAC, Mannix Clark. He was elected to the Roseville School Board last week.
Oh,
So
nice.
we haven't had anybody from Maplewood on the Roseville School Board for some years. So now we have representation, and we have a good one. And he's a very active member and a very solid member of our MAC. So we congratulate him.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Thanks.
The next item on our agenda is the resolution of appreciation for Head Z Commissioner Dennis Unger. City Manager Coleman, are you going to do this one?
Thank you, Mayor. Dennis Unger's term on Housing and Economic Development Commission ended on September 30th of this year. He decided not to apply for reappointment to the commission. He served on the commission since July of 2011. Head Z reviewed the resolution at its meeting October 21st and unanimously recommended its adoption. So tonight we are looking for a motion to adopt the resolution of appreciation for Dennis Unger.
Council members, is there a motion?
I will motion to adopt the resolution for appreciation for Dennis Unger.
Second.
Moved by Cave, seconded by Juniman. The motion to approve the resolution of appreciation for Head Z Commissioner Dennis Unger. Is there any further discussion? Any further discussion? Hearing none, then let's take a vote. Council members, signify aye by saying yes or. Aye. Aye. Okay. The motion has passed.
Something like
this
that.
This is such a short agenda. Okay. You know, it's such a fun night, though. Okay, we have only one more agenda item, and that is our consent agenda. There are 4 items on it. Council members, is there a motion?
I move approval of consent agenda items G1 through 4.
Second.
Moved by Juniman, seconded by Cave. The motion to approve consent agenda items G1 through 4. Is there any further discussion?
Yes, Mayor, I would like to ask one question about G3.
Okay, G3, we'll highlight that. Who would take that one? City Clerk Sint? Do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor and Council. Did you just have a question, or do you want me?
Well,
Or I can.
my question has to do with their experience, because it doesn't say anything about experience in the report.
Thank you. So the Omega Sushi people were in the audience, and with the mass leaving, I believe I saw them out there. They met with Lieutenant Steiner just right before this meeting, and so that might have confused them a bit. I apologize for that. So I cannot speak to their background. To the background that they have in selling, I can say that there was nothing in their background check.
Okay.
Do you want me to go see if I can locate them?
I can go get him if you want.
I guess I would just ask that you check and then let us know what their experience is and if we need to give them the song and dance.
Okay.
Because Lord knows we want them to slip up and then have to talk to me. That'd be good.
We don't want
Not
that.
good at
Thank
all.
you.
We'll report back our next day or two on that.
Yes, and make sure someone really reinforces to them the not selling to minors. Please.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Consent agenda items G1 through 4. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. We have no public hearings, no unfinished business, no new business, no award of bids, and therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we are adjourned. Good night, and thank you.